I'm not smiling. I'm not laughing. As you can see, I'm by myself. I have nobody with me, man. My guys decided to just call out of work today. You know what I mean? We haven't even accrued any vacation time, and they calling out. I have nobody riding with me, man. So I just gotta go by myself, man. We gonna rock. So here's the intro. I guess I'm solo. So here's the intro for you guys.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben and Joe. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, including hot topics to pre and post game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, I don't appreciate.
What are we talking about, man?
I felt
Keeping it a buck. You heard?
See me? I'm solo, man. My guy, listen, man. We gonna start with CB. CB just started recently. He's still in his probationary period. You know what I mean? He hasn't accrued any vacation time at all. And he just, he leaves me solo. You know what I mean? Corey, I gotta call you by your government, man. Corey Caffeine, man. Where are you? I need you to tap in, Corey Caffeine. And then let's go to Bushy Top, man. Bushy Top, Benny, and Bushnell. See how that works? Benny Top, Benny, and Bushnell. You know what I mean? He's in the country doing what he does, living on his farm and his 16 acres of land and all that. And he lets me know he can't make it today, man. At least he gave me some notice. CB, you ain't give us no. At least Benny gave some notice, like he's supposed to do. But now he's Benny Boondocks. Okay? Benny Boondocks, man. I can't wait to have you back. You know what I mean? Hopefully you come back. Man, they just gonna leave me. So, let's work. It's all about that you. You know how we do. It's recruiting time, right? That's what we talking about, man. Recruiting. People may get tired of it, but that's what it is. We recruiting. We just had a big weekend this past weekend. Made some moves with a lot of players. Colin Simmons, he's number one on my big board. He's feeling good. He made a couple comments. And listen, everybody's just coming from campus, right? They're just getting, they're fresh off the visit. They're feeling good. Their families are feeling good. We have a whole summer and a whole season before these guys actually sign, right? So even when we do sign someone, we still have a whole season. We have to wait until December. If we don't sign someone, we still have a whole season. Recruiting never stops. And of course, with Coach Cristobal and the staff, it's not going to stop. So this weekend, we have a big weekend, Father's Day weekend, man. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. It's a tough job, man, but you're doing it. So happy Father's Day to you guys out there. We have a big weekend, man, highlighted by Big Justin Scott. Out of Chicago, Illinois, man. He's a big boy. What they got him at, about 6'4", 310 right now. He's the number one player in the state of Illinois and number 2 at his position overall in the country. Number 9 player, regardless of position in the nation. He's a must get. Like he's one of those. We talk about program changes. We talk about players that are gonna take your program to the next level, and he is one of those guys, bar none. And we've heard, we are sitting in a good position for him. He's been to campus several times. and me and one of my co-hosts, I'm not saying names right now, man. I'm not saying names right now. One of my co-hosts, we happened to see Mr. Scott at the spring game, and that's a large individual right there. You know what I mean? Coach Cristobal, what'd he say? Aliens, right? He wants to bring in aliens, people that don't look like human beings, and he's doing that. He's starting to do that. We also have running back Kevin Riley coming out of Tuscaloosa. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to drag him away from Coach Saban down there. But he's visiting for a reason. He may need to get it. There's players in Miami, in the state of Florida, in every state that sometimes it's best for them to get out of their environment, and get into a different environment. And he could be one of those guys, man. And when it comes to that, there's really nothing a coach can say. They can try to say that they'll be on college campus, so they won't be home and blah 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 blah. But nah, they need a different environment. This may be the case, man. He's another big boy. You know what I mean? They got him at 6'6", 6'1", 190 right now, and he's not even in his senior season, so he's walking in onto a college campus at least 205, 210. 6 foot 210. That's beastly, man. Another D lineman, and a D lineman not many people are talking about, but Jericho Johnson. He's a problem too. He's at about 6'3" and a half, 6'4", 285. Again, we looking at heights and weights now. Like when Cam Pruitt committed, people talking about he's 6'1", 180, 185. Yeah, he's 16 right now. 16, 17 right now, man. By the time he comes to college, he's going to be at least 205, 210. And then when he gets in that college weight room, it's a wrap. You're looking at a solid 225, man. What? And the way he's hitting right now at 180, imagine. All right, never mind. You get the drift. You get the drift. Jericho Johnson, man, he's a problem. Jaden Jackson's going to be here. That's another IMG guy. That's David Stone's homie. And we just got the IMG with Jaden Wayne and Mr. Marigoa. We got the IMG, Riley Williams. We got the pipeline here, man. So they just chilling. Jaden Jackson is 6'1", 6'2", 300 pounds right now. Right now. You know what I mean? That's the plugger, the double team catcher. You know what I mean? Put him at nose, put him over the center, put him one tech. He's causing havoc in there. Derek Plaz, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Derek Plaz, out of Jacksonville, 6'5", 290, 285 right now. Come on, man. Come on. The body types, man. We talk about recruiting, and I think a lot of people just look at, we know people look at stars. We know that. That's a given. We've been trained to just look at stars without knowing what goes into these people getting these stars. Some people, we know the story. Some people who are 3 stars or 2 stars or whatever don't go to camps. They may be in a remote part of the state where they haven't been seen. Most of these young men haven't even been seen live. You just see huddle and highlights. So the star thing, whatever. we think about just the overall rating, and we immediately look at the size. Like I mentioned, Cam Pruitt. You look at the size and determine if he's a beast or not. So it goes the other way too. If we get somebody that's 6'7", 385, automatically he's a beast, but that's not always the case. Again, the difference in what's going on now, and I hate to compare, I'm not trying to compare it to the past, because every staff has done good, every staff has done bad things. You know what I mean? So this staff, that's all I'm talking about, is this staff, the way they attack recruiting is just at an insane level. It's insane, man. And no, I'm not in the building. You know what I mean? But we do talk to people in the building. Um, the way they handle recruiting and the way they evaluate is crazy, man. It's how it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean? We notice and we can see that they are recruiting like NFL body types right now. They're recruiting NFL body types, and it's really prevalent along the O line, the D line, and at the linebacker spot. Also, in the defensive backfield, we're starting to see that too. But on the lines of scrimmage and the linebacker spot, Coach mentioned in his interview that at the linebacker position, we haven't had linebackers that hit and drive the ball carrier back. We've had a lot of drag down tacklers, chase and drag down. We're not meeting, engaging, and then driving ball carriers back. And with the size that's coming in and the size that's being recruited, like I just named off, a couple cats, but let's look at Dylan Stewart, man. Dylan Stewart out of DC, 6'6", 240 right now. Don't think about college height and weight, right? Think about a 16-year-old, 15, 16, 17-year-old young man. Think about a 16-year-old who's 6'6", 240 at 16. Man, we don't stop growing, some of us, until 21. So he's 16. He can still grow. You know what I mean? David Stone, 6'4", 275. Now. You know what I mean? Aiden Breland, 6'4.5", 320 now. And yes, these guys are at, like, Aiden Breland's at Mater Day in Cali, an incredible program. So they do the eating and the lifting and all that, but it's not a college program. So that, I'm sure Aiden Breland is in great shape for a high school athlete. That's going to turn up into another level. And that 320, he may stay 320. He may gain weight. He may get up to 330, but he may stay at 320 or even drop to 315 and become leaner and more physically strong. He'll get his body right in college, eating right, lifting right. Not to say that he's not doing it now, but at Miami, it's just a different level, or wherever he goes to school. Sorry about that. Miami. But just body types, man. LJ McCray, 6'6.5", 260. So, yeah, you can go ahead, like the video, comment, copy and share. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. LJ McCray, 6'6.5". Keyshawn Flowers, linebacker, 6'2", 215. Kamarion Franklin, 6'5", 2. Like, you get the drift, and you get what's going on, man. That's the difference in that's the difference with this staff. The body types. They are bringing in NFL body types. And that's what you need to compete. That's what you see at Alabama. That's what you see at Georgia. You see NFL body types all the time. So, what does that mean? Like, to me, what does that mean? That means that we should be able to compete sooner rather than later, in my opinion. Because part of the culture change was flipping the roster, right? And getting those body types in the building and developing those body types. Development is number one. We know that. You get talent in a building because, like we've said, for the past, since Miami's been in the ACC, Miami's always had either the first, second, or third best recruiting class in the conference every single year. No question. Every single year, the talent has been there. But again, has it been developed? Have we seen people get worse or get better over their span here? So the talent, the development is where it's going to be, but bringing in the body types, man. So just on the roster now, you got Kobe Young. You know what that is. So we'll start, on the, let's say on the in the defensive backfield at corner. So Corey Couch was already here. Malik Curtis was here. All right, so you bring in Devontae Brown, 6'2" DB. You bring in Markeith Williams has been here, but you bring in a Jaden Harris at 6'1", Chris Graves at 6'1", Caleb Spencer 6'2". You bring in Jadias Richards. I think James Williams has been here. You know how big he is. You got Robert Stafford at 6 foot. Damari Brown, the younger brother of Damani, at 6 foot, 6'1". You just bringing them big guys. You move up to linebacker. You got Popo, 6'2", 220. You got Bobby Washington, who's probably the smallest out of all of them, but he's a problem. I think he's like 6 foot, 6'2" and change. No, I'm sorry. Bobby Washington is 6'3", 220. I'm sorry about that. That's my fault. He's 6'3", 220. Malik Bryant, 6'2", 6'3", 220. You got Mr. Pulliam. My guy Pulliam, Marcellus, 6'3", 220. Again, you changing the room, man. You changing the length. You're changing the athleticism because all those guys I just mentioned can run sideline to sideline as well. Popo on the track team. Bobby Washington, we've seen the film. He's running sideline to sideline to take hit. He's trying to take heads off. Marcellus Pulliam can run. Up front, and then back at DB, you got the JUCO guy, Demetrius, Freeney, 6'1", 185. Used to play quarterback. Then on the at the edge, you bring in Jaden Wayne. He's 6'5". Malik Bryant might play the edge. You bring in a Collins, Achimpong, 6'7", 255. You know what I mean? You could have him on the edge and you could move him inside. Like I mentioned, Jaden Wayne, 6'4", 6'5", 220. Ruben Bain, he's the shortest. See, about 6'2", 6'1 and a half. But that production, you can't, it don't matter what side. You have that type of production on the best team in Florida, then, that's just what it is. And then the O-line. The O-line he brought in. Maui Go was 6'5", Samson 6'5". Javion Cohen is about 6'5". Matt Lee at center. Matt Lee at center about 6'3", right? 6'3", 6'4". Frankie Tenelau. Javion Cohen is 6'4". Frankie is 6'5". Yeah, you're changing Tommy Kinsler, that big dude, 6'6", 340, 335. Come on, man. You're changing the game just with the NFL size alone. You're changing the game. More length, more athleticism, more speed, more power. You're changing the game. And we're talking about, the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Ohio States. Up front, they're just dominant. The Georgias bring out, Jordan Davis, Big Jordan from Mallard Creek in Charlotte, man. 6'6", 340, 350. Coming out of high school like that. That's unfair. That's just not right. You know what I mean? That's not right, but you have to have that to win games. And in the ACC, when you have that, so Clemson has had that. Clemson has had dominant D-lines, big O-lines, and they've dominated the ACC. You know what I mean? So when you have that, especially in the ACC, if we're staying or if we're moving to the Big Ten or wherever we're moving to, if we're moving, you have to have dominant line play. And that's what Coach Cristobal is doing. And that's where the confidence comes in. Now, I have levels, right? So currently I'm okay. I'm okay to good currently. Right now I'm in a pattern where I see the recruiting efforts. I see the narrative starting to change with recruits. It's one thing with saying the right thing, saying the typical, yeah, I had a great time, coach was cool, blah, 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 blah. But then there's what these recruits talk about. Hey, the staff is real. I talked to Coach Beard. I talked to, JT. I talked to Coach Cristobal, whoever. They're genuine. They're real. It feels like a family. That's more of a real response. They're treating their families like, gold. Everybody loves them. That's more of a real response than the normal response we always hear. So I'm good with recruiting. Everything else, we have to be in a wait and see pattern, right? I definitely don't think it's going to be what it was last year. I definitely don't think that because, things change every year. Every team can go from 5-7 to 9-3 or 10-2. That can definitely happen in a year with any team. It happens all the time. Something clicks or something changes, especially with new staffs. You come in Last year was last year, but the changes have been made where they needed to be made. Like the O-line has improved. The D-line has improved dramatically. The linebacking core has improved. The defensive back room has improved and got more depth, more quality depth. The quarterback room is the same, but we have an offensive system that should help the quarterback. The running back room looks healthy. It looks strong. You know, we look deep in that room. We have Parrish, Chaney, the transfer from Nebraska, forgot his name because I'm terrible with names. Mark Fletcher coming through, Chris Johnson. Like, we don't know what we're gonna get with the two freshmen, but we know what that transfer running back can do. We know what Chaney can do, even though he's been injured, but we know what he can do. I know y'all haven't forgot about Chaney. And we know what Parrish does. The wide receiver room drastically improved. Drastically. It's improved, first of all, because the receivers have improved. Kobe Young, I said it last year, man. Kobe Young was a great addition. He was a big dude, but he didn't know how to play receiver last year. He knew to go get the jump balls. He knew that. But he didn't know how to play receiver last year. This year, he knows how to play receiver. That spring game, he looks like he knows what he's doing now. He's running good routes. He's more confident. He's more shifty. He's ready. Coach Beard, Coach Beard is that guy. He's that guy. Well respected. He knows what he's talking about. He's played for championships. He's passionate. He keeps it a buck. So he got Jacoby George looking like Jacoby George again. He looking good. X do what he do. The young guys. Isaiah Horton. The young guys coming in. Ray. Receiver Robbie coming in. The tight end room is solid. The young boys look solid. Jaleel Skinner still going to be there. Elijah Arroyo's still there. You forgetting about him, he's still there. That was my guy coming out of high school, man. He's still there. So Coach Dawson has plenty of toys to play with. Plenty of toys. And I think these coordinators fit, right? So we had what we would consider incredible coaches as coordinators last year. An incredible coach at a linebacker coach. But was the fit there? Obviously not. So although great coaches, you still have to fit. You know what I mean? And the fit wasn't there. This year, it looks like the fit could be there. Things are ripe for a change, man. I expressed this last show, and I'll express it again. Last year was last year. I don't see why 7 wins is the ceiling for this team. I don't see that. And no, I'm not gassed. I'm definitely not gassed. I definitely need to see it on the field. And like I said, I'll be able to tell right after Miami of Ohio. It won't take till Texas A&M. I'll be able to tell right after Miami of Ohio if it looks different or not. But why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it look different? You have coordinators who are different. You have coordinators who are hungry. You have coordinators, Coach Guidry, who's come from smaller schools, Coach Shannon, Coach Dawson, they come from smaller schools, and they had to find success with athletes that are not of this caliber. They had to find success in that. You know what I mean? With less athletic people, they had to find a way to get the absolute best out of them. Looking at Coach Guidry's defensive numbers at Marshall, he found a way. You saw it versus Notre Dame. You saw it on national TV. He found a way to get the best out of those guys. So why wouldn't he do that here? He's on the big stage. Why wouldn't he do that? You know, so I just feel like 7 wins is not the ceiling, man. I feel like I'm not going to throw a wins and loss prediction on it or whatever, but I feel like this can be a quick flip. Culture, culture wasn't installed. The culture was what it was. Coach has been here. He's been through a full season, and now halfway through an off, he's been here. The culture's there. Because if the culture wasn't fully there, then some people wouldn't be here still. You know what I mean? The culture has been installed. You know what I mean? And it looks like it's more player-led now. So, man, listen. Last year was last year. This year is this year. Things change from week to week in sports, in football. We've seen, a team go and beat a top 10 team and then come home and lose to a group of 5, a G5 team. You know what I mean? We've seen that from week to week. We've seen that. We've seen the team go in and, beat Alabama and then come out with injuries to their quarterback, 2 O-linemen, and 3 corners. You know what I mean? In the new week, what? Can't do nothing about that. So that's what it is, man. Let's get into this Kane Ware ad. Guys at Kane Ware, peep it. You already see it. Don't pay attention to the Yankees, John. But you see the Canes Ware. My guys Brett and Jeff out there. Let's do it.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all the latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hey, check out my guys at Caneswear, man. They do a fantastic job, man. Great place to get Canes gear, Dolphins gear, Heat gear, all Panthers gear. They're supposed to be moving into a new location this summer, hopefully by next month. And we're going to have to kick it off right at Caneswear, man. We're going to have to welcome them into the new location and show up for them, So salute to Caneswear, man. Jeff and Brett, fantastic gentlemen. Fantastic. So, Benny Boondocks, man, thinks we need to have a name for our crew, man, for the people who rock with us, for the people who follow us, the people who listen faithfully. He thinks we need to have a nickname for you guys. You know what I mean? I think he put a poll up. I like the You Heard. The You Heard. Heard as in heard, double entendre, double meaning. We had the You Heardians, which is cool too. I like that. That's cool too. and I think the U Mob or something like that. I can't remember what the third one was, but so I think the You Heard won on the poll, but I don't know. I think we still talking about it. But man, if you have any ideas, please comment. Please hit us on Twitter. And if we're not following you on Twitter, man, please send requests. We'll definitely give you a follow. We'll give you a shout out, man, and you can hit us anytime. We're very easily accessible. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. We love comments, man. I'm not gonna do a matter of fact. I am gonna do a keyword today. We'll announce winners from Monday show. I'm sorry. We'll announce winners on next Monday. We'll announce winners, man. The keyword for today is alone. Because that's how my guys left me. They left me alone. So the key word for this show is alone. You know what I mean? Not alone, but alone. So thank you guys for all your support, man. We love you guys, man. We love the Canes. Like this. We all the content creators and all the fans, but we do this on free time. You know what I mean? We're doing this just talking about. Imagine talking about a football team all year long. Like football is only a couple of months, man, and we're talking about this team all year long. That's how deep the love goes, man. I'm gonna tell you guys a story, man. I took my car to Modern Nissan this morning for an oil change. So I got my U tag in front, my U license plate in front. I pull in, some of the mechanics are laughing. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He's like, hey man, my guy over there, he's from Miami and he has a huge U tattoo on his leg, and we instantly see each other and embrace each other, man. Instantly. He throwing up the U as I pull in. You know what I mean? And it's like that. When I go places and I see a Miami fan, like it's always bang, bang. And it's always just that bang. You know what I mean? It's crazy how this is, man. So, when I come out there, I'll be down there for Texas A&M. I think Benny Boondocks will be out there for Texas A&M too. So we'll be out there for Texas A&M. The tailgate is going to be crazy. The game is at 3:30. That's a perfect time. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And we love it. So thank you guys, man. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, definitely put that in the comment section, man. Hit us on Twitter. It's all about this you, man. All day, all night. It's all about this you, man. Shout out to Wholesome. Shout out to the Wholesome one, man. Peace.